All right, let's kick things off today. We're going deep, deep into the world of gold nuggets and all that good stuff.
Sounds exciting.
It is, especially for anyone out there who's ever dreamt of finding a giant nugget of gold.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everyone who's ever held a metal detector, right?
You got that right. And that's exactly the kind of story we're diving into today. The Dogtown Nugget.
One of the biggest gold nuggets ever found in California.
Now, we're talking California in the late 1850s.
About a decade after the first big gold rush.
Right, so you'd think things had calmed down by then.
You'd think so, but the truth is, big discoveries would still pop up every now and then and reignite that gold fever.
So like a mini gold rush all over again.
Exactly. That's where the Dogtown Nugget comes in a huge discovery that sent shockwaves through California.
Okay, so tell us more about this Dogtown Nugget. What's the story?
Well, picture this, 1859, a guy named Chauncey Wright. He's working at a hydraulic mine in Willard Gulch.
Willard Gulch, got it.
Near this little town called, you guessed it, Dogtown. And one day, bam, he stumbles upon this monster gold nugget. 54 pounds of pure gold.
Whoa, 54 pounds. That's got to be, what, the size of a small dog or something?
It was massive, no doubt. And it really put Dogtown on the map, literally.
I mean, that's a pretty cool name for a town, right?
It was, but get this, the women folk weren't too keen on it.
Really? Why not?
They thought it was a bit too rough around the edges, not very refined.
I guess you could say that.
So with all these new folks pouring into town, hoping to strike it rich after the Dogtown Nugget was found, they decided to change the name.
Ooh, to something more elegant.
You could say that. They renamed it Megalia, which means cottages in Latin.
Megalia, huh? I kind of like it. It's got a nice ring to it.
Right, and it shows how this one gold nugget completely transformed the town's identity.
It's like finding that nugget brought a whole new life to the place.
Absolutely. But you know, there's a bit of a sad twist to the story of the Dogtown Nugget itself.
Oh, what happened to it?
Well, it was taken to San Francisco, and like a lot of gold nuggets back then, they ended up melting it down.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me they melted down this legendary 54-pound nugget?
Yeah, turned it into a 49-pound gold bar.
Oh man, that's kind of heartbreaking, isn't it?
It is, but back then, gold was mostly seen for its pure value, so melting it down was the most practical thing to do.
To make coins and stuff?
Exactly. So sadly, the actual Dogtown Nugget is gone.
Gone, but not forgotten, right?
Right. It still inspires people to go out there and search for gold.
Well, I'm definitely feeling inspired.
That's the spirit.
And speaking of inspiration, did finding the Dogtown Nugget lead to a huge gold rush in Butte County?
Absolutely. It cemented the area's reputation as a real gold hotspot.
So basically everyone's like, if they found it there, maybe we can too.
That's the idea. And commercial mining operations kept going strong in Butte County for decades after that.
I bet there are still people out there searching for gold in those same spots.
Oh, there are. And they're finding stuff too. Even in the early 1900s, there were reports of some pretty big finds.
All right, so we've talked about the discovery, the town, and the impact, but there's another cool thing about this whole Dogtown Nugget story.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
It's not just about the gold itself.
Oh.
It's about how this one nugget brought people together and created a real sense of community.
You're right. It's become a symbol of local pride.
Exactly. Like, even though the gold rush days are long gone, the memory of the Dogtown Nugget is still alive and well in Megalia and the surrounding area.
And that memory is celebrated in a pretty unique way.
Okay, now I'm really curious. How do they celebrate it?
Well, there's this town called Paradise, just a few miles from where the Dogtown Nugget was found.
Paradise, got it.
And they have this annual festival called GoldNugget Days.
A whole festival dedicated to a gold nugget. That's awesome.
It is, and it brings the community together to celebrate their golden heritage, literally.
So, what kind of stuff goes on at this festival? I'm picturing like panning competitions and all that jazz.
Oh, there's way more than just panning. We're talking parades, live music, arts and crafts, you name it.
Wow, it sounds like a real party.
It is. But they also have some special events that are directly tied to the Dogtown Nugget.
Okay, now I'm really interested. Tell me more.
Well, every year they crown a Golden Nugget Queen.
Now that's what I call honoring your history.
The festival isn't just about remembering the past. It's about bringing people together and creating new memories.
And that's what makes the Dogtown Nugget story so special. It's not just about the gold itself, it's about the impact it had on the community.
You got it. The Dogtown Nugget is a symbol of something bigger than just the gold. It's about the people, the history, and the spirit of a place.
Well said. So even back then, finding a 54-pound nugget must have been like winning the lottery.
Oh, absolutely. It was a life-changing discovery.
And it makes you wonder, if they found something that big back then, what else could be out there? Well, folks, there you have it. The story of the Dogtown Nugget. A tale of gold, history, and community spirit. It's a reminder that sometimes the most valuable discoveries aren't just about the riches, but about the connections we make and the stories we pass down.
Well said. And who knows? Maybe the story will inspire some of you to grab a metal detector and embark on your own gold hunting adventure.
If you do, just remember to prospect responsibly, do your research, be respectful of the environment, and obtain any necessary permits.
Happy hunting, everyone.
And may you all find your own piece of golden history. We'll catch you next time.